Hello and welcome to Quick Charge. I'm Mikey G, and it's Wednesday, February 7th. According to a new report from Bloomberg, Tesla is seemingly preparing for a round of layoffs as it asks its managers to identify critical members of their teams. Tesla has generally justified layoff rounds with hiring inefficiencies through their aggressive headcount growth, but that has slowed down over the years. The news comes as morale at the company is likely not at a high point. Late last year, Tesla told salaried employees that they won't be getting their normal stock compensation following their annual reviews. Other reports suggest that workers are unsatisfied with their annual pay raise. Now, Tesla is continuously conducting a cost-cutting effort to support its price cuts in vehicles, which has been needed to maintain demand for the cars. The California Highway Patrol has shared a video of a Tesla semi-truck handling a closed icy road pretty well. Electric semi-trucks are quite new, and there's a lot of naysayers about them. Bill Gates is one. He didn't believe that the battery electric truck could travel 500 miles, but that has happened already. Now, currently, Tesla is operating a fleet of Tesla semis between Gigafactory Nevada, east of Reno, and its California operations. One of the critics of the Tesla Semi says that it's primarily operating in easy climates of California and Nevada, but the go-between for those two states is Donner Pass, or Donner Summit. Conditions can get pretty bad there, and the local California Highway Patrol announced that they had to close the road because it was too icy. Now, despite this, the patrol shared an image of Tesla Semi going through those icy roads. The Semi seems to be handling the conditions quite well compared to other big rigs that were reportedly spinning out. An autonomous Waymo car hit a cyclist in San Francisco yesterday, but luckily the cyclist only had minor injuries. Still, it's bad news for urban cyclists, of course, and for Waymo, which is Alphabet's autonomous vehicle division, if you didn't know. They have had a tough time shaking off the bad buzz that came from their competitor Cruise. Now, according to Reuters, after the incident, Waymo, in counter-Cruise fashion, reported that the company called the police to the scene and subsequently contacted relevant authorities. Now, according to the report, the Waymo vehicle was at a full stop at a four-way intersection with a large truck turning into it. The problem was the Waymo car went ahead when it perceived that it was its turn, but didn't see the cyclist behind the truck. After spotting the cyclist, the vehicle braked heavily, but it wasn't enough. Now, it's too early to call, but even though it was not the robotaxi's fault in this case, Waymo might be able to fare better after this injury, considering that the Cruise company accelerated their own downfall after hiding information after their accident occurred. BMW is launching its first all-electric luxury wagon, the i5 Touring, with up to 348 miles of range on the WLTP cycle. The luxury BMW Wagon is more advanced than ever, now with more sporty features and available in an all-electric form for the first time. The BMW i5 Touring will be initially available in two versions, the eDrive 40 Touring and the M60X Drive. Now, BMW's high-performance i5 M60X Drive Touring, that's kind of a mouthful. It's powered by a dual electric motor with up to 601 horsepower, and BMW is launching the i5 Touring along with gas, diesel, and plug-in versions. It will be built in Germany with the first launches in that country, and then many European countries with Japan beginning in May. BMW might also have other markets to follow in June of 2024. Ford assembled what they're calling a super talented Skunk Works team to build a low-cost EV platform. The small team consisted of some of the best EV engineers in the world, according to CEO Jim Farley. It'll be used to launch several new software-defined electric models, as they say. Farley described it as a startup, developing a flexible platform that will be used to launch several types. Now, the move to launch affordable EVs comes with other rivals doing the exact same thing. Farley said that Ford's ultimate competition is going to be affordable Teslas and Chinese OEMs. Now, according to Ford's CEO, customers are unwilling to pay significant premiums for electric vehicles, and for that reason, Ford is leaning into hybrids as a bridge to their next-generation electric models. Geely Auto has announced a vehicle purchase agreement with fellow marquee brand ZEEKR to sell EVs in Mexico. The purchase agreement also includes aftermarket parts and accessories to support the influx of ZEEKR models into the country. There is no mention of what ZEEKR will be initially selling in Mexico, but we'd surmise that it would include the 001 model. The company shared the reasoning for the decision to help promote ZEEKR EVs in Mexico and they also hinted at future expansions further south. Ford is laying off some 3,500 workers in Germany as the automaker ends the production of the Ford Focus, the once crazily popular car that never managed to get off the ground with an electric version. Next year, Ford is wrapping up production of the Focus at their plant, and the only model that's built at that particular one, and they're going to support battery electric vehicles in Europe with that site. Now, rumors started to brew around the future plans of that plant a year ago when Ford made their call to build its next-generation EVs in Spain instead of rebooting that particular facility. Last October, Ford was reportedly in talks with a potential investor for the plant, although that fell through. BYD was reported to be one of them, but the Chinese automaker has since announced that it is opening its first European plant in Hungary. EV maker Polestar is also making a cellular phone. We've known that for some time, but now it's getting closer to reality. The brand has been spotted on Google's API website as a device compatible with the Play Store. The Google spreadsheet also confirms a smartphone will, in fact, just be called Polestar Phone, with no numeric nomenclature being visible. Meizu will be manufacturing the phone for Polestar, and at this point they are expected to arrive in the Chinese market for now. But given that the Polestar 4 is already being sold in markets outside of China, very well could go global. In today's community comment found on YouTube, Carl Melville says, "With Rob ending his run, you are by far the best non-fanboy daily podcast. You cover a different, wider beat and do not pull punches. More people need to find this podcast." Well, Rob, you can actually help that happen by leaving a relevant comment, clicking the like button, subscribing, and sharing with a friend. You could also hit the bell icon so that your phone will pester you every time a show comes up, but I wouldn't recommend that because your peace of mind is worth far more than what it could do for me. Thanks for watching Quick Charge. I'm Mikey G, and I hope you have a great day.